Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of January 20th in my Erin Condren vertical neutral. It is the binder which is the same layout as the coil, it's just in binder format. Say that every single time, but you never know. I still get questions about using the binder. Anyway, I'm going to be using this October mystery kit from Scribble Prints Co. This is the October 2019, so the most recent one. I am obsessed with this kit. I have been waiting to use it. Nothing really super special about this week, but it needed to happen. It needed to make it into this winter. This is like art is definitely inspired by Philadelphia. This is like very much the ice skating rink at Penn's Landing and the skyline of Philadelphia. And I am from Philadelphia and we just moved back to Philadelphia, so I'm really excited to use this. We didn't go ice skating or anything this week, but I just, need to get my Philly vibe on. Anyway, this is the mini kit, but it was a mystery kit, so it's just a really pretty pinks, purples, blues, very pastel-y, very much the same winter vibe that I've been feeling all month. And it did come with the older Munchkin sampler that you get, which I may or may not use, and the label maker and the glitter headers, which I definitely will be using. So I'm gonna pop my pages out and go ahead and get started.
This was kind of a rough week, I'm not going to lie. We had just gotten back from vacation. We drove back on Monday, which I talked a lot about in my last spread, which was super, super fun. So check that out if you haven't seen it. But anyway, so we came back and I still had work to do that Monday a little bit. It wasn't like a big deal or anything, but we were just I don't know, I feel like we spent the whole week playing catch up and then the kids got sick, and we are finally, everyone is finally feeling better now at the end of the following week. So it was just kind of prolonged, and winter, I don't know if it's because the kids are not used to the new germs since we moved, or if it's really just an East Coast versus Texas things. I feel like they've been sick so much more this year than they usually are, and they were in school when we were back in Texas, so it's not that, but I don't know. Hopefully it's just a new set of germs, and next winter won't be as bad as this winter, etc. But anyway, we did have our home inspection this week. Because if you missed my last plan with me, we put an offer in on a house at the end of last week and it was accepted, and we are now all done and everything is ready. I mean, we are not going to make settlement until the end of February, but we're everything is all signed, sealed, etc. So fingers crossed nothing goes wrong during this sort of settlement waiting time period and everything goes smoothly. We're really excited about the house. We're not going to be moving in for a little while because we're going to be doing some construction work on the house, so you'll probably see contractor appointments and stuff like that coming up. So just really exciting, and I just am very, very excited to have bought a house in this area, and it makes everything feel really permanent. I'm also just kind of really feeling very over our rental house right now, which we rented without seeing it, and there was not a lot of options. We have enough space, so it's really great. We're very comfortable space wise, but the house is pretty old and it hasn't been super well maintained, and it's really cold and drafty and stuff breaks and blah blah blah. I mean, our landlord's been totally helpful and stuff, so it's not been a problem or anything. It's just I'm kind of over it. And there's also, I've mentioned this several times, there's not a good bathtub in this house, and I'm very much a bathtub person. So I'm excited to get back into our own space and stuff like that. Although it's not going to be for a little while. And then I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to with the bottom washi there, but I just went with the purple instead. I used the other washi in the spread. I really liked that pink to blue, and that's a harder one to match because it has to match the pink and the blue, and it does match this kit really nicely. But anyway, yeah, so this week was just kind of a little bit rough and kind of boring. I was getting frustrated with myself as I was planning this for having to just put TV in the night so many times. I just feel every night after the kids went to bed, I just was zombied out and I didn't do anything, which is totally fine. I'm also 36 weeks pregnant, so that happens. But yeah, so it was just I don't know, not a super fun week, although the house stuff is super, super exciting and we're really excited about that. Just kind of a regular week, which I guess was kind of what I wanted. And like was pretty calm work wise. I just had like a, regular little stuff, nothing too crazy. So that's kind of nice, and that should continue until I have this baby and I take some time off, because I'm not like, I don't have any more big projects or anything like that. Just like a couple of last minute like meetings and just finishing stuff up. Nothing like really big and pressing, which is nice. So I tried to use like the last of my winter headers too, because I think that I'm probably not going to use silver next week. I think that the kit that I have picked out matches a little better with rose gold. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but I was just trying to like use up all the winter stuff that I had left, or as much of it as possible, but also just, making things look pretty. So I did grab one set of bow headers, and then rounded it out with the rest of like two different snowflake headers that I had like enough left to go through with. And that I also used like the last of some of the snowflakes I had. I thought these ones, which are from Rose Colored Days, they're not like snow, but I thought they kind of like looked like it was snowing a little bit. So I went ahead and used them on the box, on like the center scene box. And since I had two of the same one, so it kind of looks like it's snowing. And I didn't have like a ton of snowflakes left, and I didn't have any like snowflake specific like overlays left, so I just went ahead and used a couple of more decorative snowflakes. So I love an empty sheet of stickers. It's a very good feeling. And then for this week, I'm putting down my my days of school, which I forgot that there was no school on Monday, because it's like reflexive to just put it in on Monday. So, and I decided to do it on the glitter headers, and I actually love how it looks. I definitely think I'm going to do that more, to use up a little bit more of the glitter headers, especially if the kit doesn't come with washi. I think it looks really cool. It doesn't look weird, especially with the pastels, to have the two glitter headers next to each other. And I think I used like the Scribble Prints Co kits have like a lot of glitter in them anyways, so it matches really nicely, and I just thought it looked nice, and it was like the right width. So anyway, Monday was Martin Luther King Day, and we did go ahead. My husband didn't have work, and my kids didn't have school, so I kind of just used that to signify that. And we drove back, and actually the lesson that they learned about my daughter came back from school on Tuesday talking about Martin Luther King Jr. a lot, and except for she's 4, she just kept calling him Marfin Jr., and it was really just the most adorable thing ever. So I was a really nice preschool level lesson on Martin Luther King Day. But anyway, so I was up super early. We were still in the Poconos at that point, and my son does not sleep well when we're not home. So I was up really early, and we got some coffee, some breakfast, and then we just kind of hit the road. We didn't do anything like at the park. We were definitely water parked out at that point and very tired. When I got home, I just tried to unpack right away. I didn't want to leave it sitting. I knew like if I did, I would be mad at myself later. So we just unpacked, and we just kind of had a very chill day, and just hung out and got home and tried to recharge a little bit. And then on Tuesday, my daughter had school, as she has been. And I just kind of, so I'm putting all of the schools in. And then both kids had school Wednesday and Friday. But just my daughter had school on Tuesday, so I used the little school script this week again to do that. I liked how that looked last week, so I did it again this week. And then I just like hung out with my son and played in the morning, and then we had the big home inspection for the new house on Tuesday, which was really cool. And I'm just using some of these new Clever Gal Crafts shorties that I got in the last sale. They'll be in my next haul, so I just grabbed some shorties during the last sale. Couldn't get as many as I wanted, but isn't that always the case? Anyway, the home inspection went really well, and my dad also met us at the house so that he could see it, and also just because I was bringing my son with me. And it ended up working out well, because I went in the beginning and I talked to the inspector and met the realtor there, and then my husband kind of like took over for me, and I took my son home to nap, and my husband like stayed while he was like on lunch from work, and then he stayed until the end, and we got all the information we needed, etc. Because it does take like 2 to 3 hours to do the full inspection. And then that afternoon after I picked my daughter up from school, we decided to bake cookies, and we just hung out that night and watched TV and chilled, and we're waiting for the inspection report. And then on Wednesday I did some work, and then some filming, a bunch of filming, and I didn't really do anything else that day. We just hung out with the kids in the afternoon after I picked them up, just chilled and watched a bunch of TV, and just it was kind of a little bit of work, a little bit of play, lazy kind of day, you know, so I'm just putting that in. I didn't really it was like what my Mondays are usually like, just like work and hang out. And then I'm just filling everything out, and I did grab the Pigma Microperm pen this week because I remembered how much I liked writing with that the week before. That's the pen from the January Simply Gilded box, and I really, really like it. I'm going to try and find more of them online. I just think it writes really smoothly, and hopefully I can find some more of them. I'm not sure if they're on Amazon, but they'll probably be on JetPens if they're not. So next time I do a JetPens order, I'll probably order more of them if they're not available on Amazon. So on Thursday, we woke up really, really super early to my daughter crying, which is very unusual. She's usually my good, solid sleeper, and went in there, and she had been like sick in the bed, I guess, in the middle of the night. I don't know. We just assumed she was getting sick at that point, but then she was totally fine the rest of the day. She just like went right back to normal. I don't know if she just like ate something funny or whatever, but she wasn't sick the rest of the day. She never got got a fever or anything like that. And since it had happened so early, it was more than 24 hours sick free, so she could go back to school on Friday, which was nice, especially because like I don't think she was sick. I think she must have just like eaten too much dinner, eaten something that upset her stomach. She just like didn't seem sick at all, and yeah, so she never got a fever or anything like that. My son actually has like a really terrible cold now, but he caught that after. But anyway, I also had a doctor's appointment that day, and my mom came over, and she actually came over super early because we had a secondary like inspection on the house that we ended up having to do, and she stopped by. I didn't go to that one. She stopped by the house so she could see it, and then just came over and helped me catch up on the absolutely massive pile of laundry that we had from vacation, and also then from my having to change the sheets on my daughter's bed. And then we just kind of had like a chill day. And on Friday, the kids went back to school. I did like a teeny bit of work in the morning, and then I just did planner stuff all day. It was really fun. And I just I filmed a bunch of stuff. I caught up on my spreads because I had kind of gotten a little bit behind, and just I just had a really nice plannerific day, and it felt like good me time, etc. So that was fun. I have to keep pausing the recording because I keep sneezing, which is very frustrating. But anyway, so sorry if this voiceover is a little bit choppy today. But anyway, then our cleaning people were super late, which I was really frustrated with them about because they're supposed to be done by the time the kids get home from school, but they got here 30 minutes before I had to pick up the kids from school. So I took the kids to the playground after school for a little while, and then we just stayed out until we couldn't stay out anymore because it was too cold, and then we came home and I just let them watch a movie, and then that night we had Thai for dinner after the kids went to bed. And then on Saturday we took the kids to the Please Touch Museum, which is the Philadelphia Children's Museum, and it was super, super fun, and we ran into one of my daughter's classmates from school, and they had a really great time playing together, and it was really cute, and we talked to their parents, and it was just a really fun time. And then that afternoon, and then we picked up cheesesteaks on the way home, and that afternoon I actually did a bunch of painting. I did some watercoloring, and I was just having a good time with that, and just did a bunch of crafting stuff while the kids took a long nap, and just had a great afternoon. And then that night we just hung out and watched TV again. Just didn't really do anything, like the theme of the week. And then on Sunday, we went over to my dad's house, and my brother and my mom were coming over later, so we ended up staying there all day. We let my daughter skip her nap, and then my son just took a nap at my dad's house, so we literally stayed there from 9 until 4 or 5 p.m. And we had bagels. My husband took the kids in the hot tub. We just hung out. My mom came over. My brother and his wife came over with their new baby. It was just, fun family time, just kind of chilling and hanging out. And then my husband actually dropped us off at home and went to the grocery store by himself, and then also picked up a rotisserie chicken for dinner, which was really nice. And then at the end, I just ended up shoving in this week because I don't know. This was it doesn't even seem that bad looking back on it, but I just remember being blah while I was planning this, but that may have even been from the week after too. I don't know. I just have a lot of just sick kids and a kind of annoying thing at work and all that, and I was just feeling really frustrated, so I just put that in there, and that's totally fine. And I actually am going to add in one more thing on Thursday that I forgot to put in, that there was like that we had that secondary inspection. So I just added in at the bottom, even though it wasn't like, it was in the morning, but I wasn't there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to mark that we had that done, because it did impact like our house that we were buying and the timing and all of that stuff. So anyway, yeah, but that was it. And then I'm just filling this out, and I actually filmed this plan with me all in one go. So using the same pen for the whole week this week instead of last week. And I am just gonna finish filling this out and then finish up with the deco. There was a lot of really great small deco in this kit. Scribble Prints Co in general, she tends to include a lot of like smaller deco pieces, which I really like because that helps you kind of fill in your spread and make it look extra busy and crazy, which you guys know I absolutely adore. And I did want to use just a little bit of that washi, though. I love that blue to pink washi, and it's so hard to match that to a kit because you have to match the blue and the pink. So I feel like it almost never matches with the kit. So I was really excited. I'm always excited when I get to use a washi that I don't get to use very often. And that is everything for this week.
Okay, that is everything all filled out. Oh my gosh, I so love how this looks. Love the Philly vibes, love the winter vibes. I am just very excited that I got to use this kit. I did all of my writing in this Sakura Micro Perm 03. This was the pen that came in the January Simply Gilded box, and I've been super obsessed with this since I tested it the week before, and I definitely want to try and find more of these. I'm not sure if they're on Amazon or not. I will update you when I sort of seek them out, but it's feeling really juicy right now, so it should last like a while longer, hopefully. And I've been keeping it in here and not using it in my bullet journal and just writing in my memory planner with that. But if I get more of them, I definitely might start using that in my bullet journal. It feels really smooth. Let me show you what I have left from the kit. Some of the labels, a little bit of that. I didn't really use that super light color half box or label. I did use one flag this week, a little bit of the sidebar stuff, but plenty of leftovers. Here I used most of the glitter headers and like a bunch of the washi, and then I did use all of the full boxes because this was just a mini kit, so it only comes with 8, which is perfect. And anyway, that is everything. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!